How the devil. 3-punch combo. Anyway, what have I got today? Oh, well, I'll tell you what I got. This is the Arylic BP50. Nothing to do with British Petroleum, the fuel company. No. The ones who rip us off, you know the ones. Now this is a wireless stereo pre-amplifier. You're having a laugh, ain't you? Pre-amplifier? Now, why would you want this? Well, you may want to connect it to a power amp to boost that juice. Ooh. Or if you're like me, I've got here an old 1983 Pioneer amplifier, which doesn't have any digital connections at all. It's all analog. I haven't got a DAC in it or nothing. So this would be ideal. So I will be connecting this up to my old 1983 amplifier later on. Anyway, we've got to get this sucker out of the box. Come on.
I'm a transition man. Awesome.
Okay, and here it is. Ooh. Now I just want to draw your attention to this. Okay, look at this. You've got not just, it doesn't just receive Bluetooth, it also transmits Bluetooth, so you can use your Bluetooth wireless headphones. Marvelous. It's got aptX HD and, get this, aptX adaptive. Now this is kind of aptX. This is kind of aptX and low latency combined. That's the latest version of aptX. So that is really good to see. A lot of these amps coming out lately have still got, you know, boring old SBC and AAC. So it's yawn. So it's good to see this. It's got an app. It's got ARC. What? It's got a phono stage. Now, I've seen a couple of phono stages on these amps, and they haven't been the greatest, so we'll see later. It's got a subwoofer output. It's got EQ. It's got USB. What? We'll have a look at the USB as well later on in the video. Let's get it out of the box. Ooh. Come on, what we got? Okay, so we've got some instructions. The instructions. Okay, we've got a QR code there to download the app, and we'll have a look at the app in more detail later. Oh, let's have a look what we got. Now we've got the preamp itself. Looks pretty nice. Here we are. Ooh. Check it out. Little toggle switch there on the front. Clicky volume. Obviously you won't know where the volume is, I suppose. And oh, there we are, mode. So I'm assuming you press that for the mode. And you'll have a screen at the front here, which we'll have a look at again later. Got fingerprints on it already. You wash your bloody hands, Mart, you dirty piece of... Well, anyway, on the back. Whoosh. Okay, what we got? We got your Bluetooth aerial input. Got your DC input here. Here's a ground cable for your phono. It's funny that the ground cable's all the way over here. And then your phono input is there. Usually they're together. But here we are. Got your line out. Coax out. Optical out. Phono in. Line in. Subwoofer out. I hope that's variable, not fixed. Optical in. You got ARC. You got USB. You got DAC in, and that's probably for your PC. You got a reset button, and you got your Bluetooth aerial on this side as well. Oh, so obviously you got your line out there, which I'll connect to my amplifier. I'll set it all up in a sec. And then we'll see how it sounds and give all these connections a bit of a tryout. Oh! In my excitement, I almost forgot to mention what's in this box. Mart, come on. Calm down, son. Right, let's have a look in this box. Obviously you can see what's in the box. Remote control, Bluetooth aerials, and the power brick. Anyway, let's get it out of the box and have a look. I got scared there for a minute because that wasn't coming out. I thought, oh, they haven't forgotten to put in the blinging power brick, have they? No. Well, here we are. Just a standard power brick there. I don't think it needs much power because obviously your amplifier is going to be doing all the work. This is just a preamp, so that should be fine. Anyway, we'll find out in a bit. Bluetooth aerial, there is another one, just fell on the floor. I can't be bothered to pick it up. Meh. Okay, and you got the remote control. So again, this is good because I can now use my old 1983 amplifier with no remote control with a remote. You're having a laugh. And on there you can see, got all your inputs here, your volume, your Bluetooth pairing, Phono and all that. Bluetooth, so you got Bluetooth receive and Bluetooth transmit. Okay, you got bass and treble, all your inputs here, and you got some preset EQs, flat, classic, pop, jazz, rock, vocal. Anyway, let's get it set up. Come on, sort it out. Okay, let's have a look at the app. Okay, over pronunciation of the P's. Anyway, so at the top here, just there, you've got your play, pause, skip back, skip forward, etc. You can pair up to 2 pairs of headphones or speakers. 1, 2. You got your Bluetooth there. And again, I think I've said earlier, you can transmit and receive with that to 2 devices. Got your line in. Now you got your phono. I'll talk about more about that in a second. Your optical, your TV ARC. Now the TV ARC is only PCM, but you do get CEC, and the CEC works well. The CEC, it works well. Anyway, it works well. Didn't have to do anything to it, it just did it automatically. So you can use your TV remote volume to turn up and down the preamp. So that was pretty good. USB, now what I like about this, have a look at this. Yoink. Put that on. So I've turned the volume down so not to get any copyright strikes. But if you look at this bit here, okay, you click on that and there's all your track listings. Now, hopefully they'd be listening to us reviewers. There's a lot of amps with apps. Try saying that with a mouthful of food. That don't support the track listing. So it's very difficult if you've got a USB input to know what tracks you're playing or where it is. But there it is. All your track listings are there. Fan-flipping-tastic. And then you've got your USB DAC. Play for the PC, fine. No problem at all. That was pretty good. Then up here, you got your settings. Device name. No, here's the thing, right? So if you look here, so you got your name of device, LED on and off. Obviously you want it on, I suppose if you want it off in the night you can. Then you got your phono. Not only have you got a moving magnet, you've also got moving coil. What? This is mental. Now, I haven't got a moving coil cartridge, turntable, whatever, so I'm only using moving magnet. Now, how did it sound? Now, most of these devices I've tested in the past, the Phono is passable, but it's probably no better than what you would get in built into a budget turntable. It's passable, you can use it, it's all right. This Phono stage is pretty good. I was surprised. Is it the best one you're ever going to get? No, but it's decent, and I would say it's quite a bit better than the ones you'd find in standard turntables built in. I was really surprised. So you can use this as an external phono stage. What the deuce? Obviously you've got ARC standby, you can turn that on and off. And that's if you want, if I suppose if one or the other goes at the standby, vice versa, the TV or the amp, the TV will go with the standby as well. Got your volume step there. Firmware version, I think this is up to date there. Then you can have light or dark, different colours here, primary colours, and you got your app version there. I think this is the up-to-date one here. And then you got your sound, so you got your tone controls here. Didn't really use them. And down here at the bottom, look at this. What's that about? You got a crossover for your sub. What the deuce? So you can change your crossover frequency there. It goes from 50 to 300 hertz. I'd imagine, didn't say hertz on it, but I'm assuming it's hertz. I liked it at 50 with what I had, but that was okay. Then you got the deep bass. I wouldn't bother with that personally. It was ridiculous. Just too much. Way too much. If you really like bass a lot, then maybe you want to use it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Then you got your EQ, right? So you can have your custom EQ here, or you can have your presets. Now, I was kind of torn between, I quite like classical and rock. Vocal is obviously good for TV. If you want to low-level listen at night and you want to hear the voices, then vocal was pretty good. It worked well with the TV. But for music, I like rock and classical the best. Wasn't fussed on the pop and jazz, but again, it's down to your preference. Okay, let's have a look at some of the specs of the amplifier, or the preamplifier, I should say. Now, it's got an ESS ES9023P DAC. Now, it's a bit of an older DAC, I will say. It's a few years old now, but for all intents and purposes, it's still a pretty good DAC. And it's capable of up to 192 kilohertz 24-bit. So it's probably still going to be better than most DACs or motherboards in PCs, TVs, soundbars, things like that. So you are going to see an improvement using this DAC, I would believe. Unless you've got a super duper expensive computer with a, you know, a really good sound card. It's unlikely most PCs are going to be better than this. Then you've got Bluetooth 5.2, aptX HD, LL and adaptive. And you've also got the smelly AAC and SBC. Boo! You can transmit and receive music with aptX HD. Transmits to 2 Bluetooth headphones simultaneously. HDMI, Phono in, well, we've been all through that. Let's have a little look down here. And there it is. I bet it doesn't look that good inside. Then you've got your Qualcomm QCC 3040 chip there. Phono, which I've talked about, and again, really good. TV ARC with CEC control. Bluetooth receive mode. Bluetooth transmit mode. Free app. And you can have, I think this comes as an optional extra you have to pay for, the ACP workbench. Define your own sound. Let's go down. And then you see all the devices you can connect to it. It's ridiculous. There's the app, which we just talked about. And you see the specifications here. And then you look at your codecs there. And I'm on the newest firmware version. I checked that just now. Let's have a look. What does the USB support? Let me find that. USB. So the codecs the USB supports is MP3, MP4, MP4, WMA, MOV, M4A, AAC, FLAC, and APE. APE. I think it supports a maximum storage FAT16, FAT32, exFAT up to 128 gigabytes. So pretty much, that's a lot of music you can get on there, even if you're using like larger files. Still quite a bit of music. USB type is USB-C. with a sample rate of up to 48 kilohertz. Subwoofer out, cut-in frequency is 250 hertz, and the power input is 12 volt 1 amp. Subscribe, you muppet! Okay, right. Now, if any of you notice, I'll zoom into my face. You may notice that one of my pupils is very large. Now this is because I've just come back from the optician and they had to do a few tests on my eye so that I dilate my pupil so it does look a bit funky. Okay, everything's fine with my eye, by the way, it's all cool, okay? Let me just show you, it looks weird. It's weird, okay? I think David Bowie had something like that, didn't he? Or did he have one brown, one blue? I don't know. Anyway, right. Unfortunately, when I tried to use the Arylic BP50 with my Pioneer, my old 1983 Pioneer amplifier, connected to my Oberon 5s, it didn't like it. It didn't like it at all. The BP50 started going in and out of protection mode. Click, 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 click. It was freaking right out. Now, I don't think this is the fault of the BP50. I think this is a fault with my 1983 amplifier. Something in there wasn't working well with the Oberon 5s. Old caps, old inductors possibly, something like that, okay. But when I connected it up to some Cambridge Audio S30s and the subwoofer, Cambridge Audio 30s bookshelves I got here, it worked flawlessly, perfectly through the Pioneer amp. So I think somewhere along the line, it was drawing too much power because they are floor standards, they rated higher wattage, and also there's 6 ohms and the Cambridge Audios are 8 ohms, Jesus Christ, 8 ohms, Jesus. So the trouble is when you go lower in the ohms, if you go to 6 to 4, that pulls more power from the amp. And I think that the old 1983 Pioneer amp was like, no, I can't, it's pulling too much juice out of it, and therefore pulling too much juice from the BP50, causing it to go into in and out of protection mode. However, I scrapped that idea and I connected it up to my Fozzy Audio V3 and then to my Oberon 5s, and it worked absolutely perfectly, no problems at all. So it was definitely my 1983 amp. Okay. It worked perfectly. I also tried it with my Marantz 70S. Worked perfectly through that as well with my Oberon 5s and subwoofer. There was no problem at all. So just be aware, if you do have an old amp, 30, 40 years old, the caps and the inductors are going to be a bit worn. You may get the same issues if you use floor standards. So just for you to be aware. But with every other amp I've used with it, it worked perfectly. So it's no fault of the BP50, it was just the old amp. Okay. Anyway, so when I used it with the Fozzy Audio V3, oh, it was lovely. Very nice sound to it. I can't really grumble at all for the sound. It worked really well with the amp. I was really impressed. And this is a great thing because this Fozzy Audio V3 is just an amplifier. It's only got analog inputs and outputs. There's no digital inputs to it at all. There's no phono stage at all. So if I wanted to use this with a record player, I'd probably have to buy a phono stage. If I wanted to use it via a laptop or something like that, I'd have to get a DAC. You could do it from the headphone jack. Wouldn't really recommend it. You know, you're not going to get the best sound out of it using the headphone jack because the DACs in a laptop are average at best. So, if you get that for 99 quid, right, you've got a DAC, okay, a decent DAC, you know, you've got a decent phono stage, better than the inbuilt ones on the turntables you can buy, you know, budget turntables, better than that, okay, and also you can use it as a soundbar. So, and I guarantee that if you have, say, the Cambridge Audio S30s, a subwoofer connected to your TV, there's no 2.1 soundbar that's going to sound as good or better, unless you're going to spend upwards of £1,000, right? So all in all, you're getting a fantastic bit of kit with, you know, good Bluetooth connectivity, a nice interface through the app, okay? Phono stage, DAC, connected to a TV. What more do you want? Okay, you're not going to get Dolby Atmos or anything through it because it's just PCM, but it sounds really, really good. Couldn't grumble with it at all. So all in all, I'm very happy to recommend this product. Now, if you want to get this, I'll put links in the description box below, so have a look out for that. Well recommended. That's come to the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one.